What's going on, guys? Today, we're going to break down the Veterans Benefits Banking Program that is offered by the VA. So, the VA actually offers free resources to veterans that are looking to budget, work on their credit, as well as open checking savings accounts, which is pretty phenomenal. And I just came across that, and I've been in the service now for a little over 16 years and didn't even realize they have this. So, we want to share this with you guys today. I got Lourdes with me. You've seen her on some of the other videos we've done. And the point of today's video is to share those resources with you guys so you can take advantage of the free services that are out there to the veteran community. Because as we know, a lot of these services do cost money if you go on the outside. They've already partnered with a lot of nonprofits. So let's go ahead and share that. And before we do, let me just let you guys know, please hit the like and subscribe button. Drop a comment below so we can get the YouTube algorithm to push this information out to the veteran community. Because the more that we share with our fellow veterans, the more information we can get out and get people in a financially good position, if I could say that, if that's even a word there, because that's one of the main things that stops a lot of veterans from becoming homeowners because they have the beautiful VA loan and then they can't utilize it because of credit or not budgeting correctly. Lourdes, have you come across that yourself?
Yeah, I have, especially with the older population, a lot of the newer, post 9/11 GI people who've served. I've noticed they do have the bank account set up, but some of the older veterans that I come across, they get their checks via mail, or they don't know much about credit and stuff like that. So I'm glad that there is something out there for us.
That's awesome. All right, let's go ahead and share this. So, and I'm also going to drop this down in the description below so you guys could check it out. But here's the Veterans Benefits Banking program itself. So, it's really designed for veterans, beneficiaries, and caregivers. And they definitely have a couple of pieces. And I'm going to break down each of these services that you guys can utilize. And just FYI as well, this isn't just for you as the veteran or you as the spouse. This is also to be able to share with the veteran community because remember, we want to be able to help everyone understand and utilize the benefits that they have. So, an important piece that they have is enrolling in direct deposit. But the advantage of that is if you have a checking account or savings account, is that that money will be delivered there on the first of the month if you're getting your VA disability or whatever services or whatever money you're getting. At least it will come right into your account that you can utilize right away. The challenge, I think, with sending mail is one, mail does get lost, and then you may need that money and you don't have access to that money. At least if you are one of those, if you're somebody that, let's say, doesn't want to keep money in the bank, that's fine. At least if you get the direct deposit, you can go and pull that money out. Now, they offer resources for opening checking accounts. So I'm going to break this down for you guys as well. So they're going to let you know that you can pick like a bank or a credit union. You can receive credit counseling. And in these steps, you can pick what type of financial institution you want to work with, right? A credit union or a bank. And I'll let you guys know that for me, I have two separate accounts, one at a credit union and one at a bank. And to me, there's really no difference. Lourdes, do you see a difference as far as like using a checking or savings account?
Not as far as using that, but I know with my credit union, I it's in a high yield savings or a checking account. So the money I was getting in there, I was getting a couple dollars versus a couple cents in a regular in a regular bank. So having that money in, a high yield checking account, you're just able to get a little bit more that way.
That's awesome. And the other thing too is just remember on here specifically it says low to no cost checking accounts with no hidden fees or minimum balances. I think that's great, but the low to no cost, there's a lot of places that offer no cost checking accounts with no minimums if you are a veteran. So make sure that you ask that question. The other thing that is a toss up too when we talk with people is understanding how much do you actually go to a bank, right? So some people really love going to a physical bank and some people like it digitally. Like for me, the only time I'm going to the bank is either I'm requesting a certified check or I need to get cash for whatever reason. And a lot of places do offer like reimbursement for ATM fees. So make sure you guys read the fine print and understand that piece. And in here, it just lets you know different, like you can go to different parts of the United States. You can put in the state and it'll take you to that. But again, having multiple checking accounts, I think, is not a bad idea. At least I do that, just to, for safety reasons, because what we see sometimes is people's checking accounts get compromised, and then they can at least close that account, move the money to another account, and they have that set up. So
Right.
that's a good piece. Now let's talk about some of the financial aspects that they offer as well. So there's a couple services that they offer for the counseling piece. Financial counseling, there's Vet Sense and Veteran Saves, which I'm going to go through those services. So when it comes to the counseling, getting the free services, there's a couple institutions that VA, I guess they've partnered with them. They offer financial services, one of them being the National Foundation of Credit Counseling. And again, you guys could click on these through that link, and it'll take you right to setting up a consultation with them. And they have cohorts. They've already helped about 32,500 individuals, as well as another organization, which is the AFCPE or AFCPE. A lot of acronyms. That's just like the military. But again, that's something you guys could sign up for to get a hold of your debt and be able to come up with a plan for that. And again, you can set up a consultation with them. With Vet Sense is another organization that will help you be able to set up your financial picture at no cost to the veteran community. Which again, another significant impact for veterans to be able to control their finances. As the cost of goods go up, you know it's important to understand your budget, because if you see, Lourdes, like a lot of people right now are worried with maybe, let's say, tariffs and the cost of goods going up. Well, controlling your finances and how much you're spending every month, or shopping for alternative places to save money is a big help. Lourdes, have you seen, like, in your own budget, taking a look at, maybe shopping at a high end, expensive grocery store versus, like, hey, maybe going to alternative stores that have potentially half price services? Have you come across places like that that potentially can be cheaper?
Yeah, it just started when the egg prices started going up. So started going to Costco to get my eggs, and then this whole shortage happened, and now I'm back down to the Aldis for like certain things.
Yeah, and
But yeah, I have been going to different, just watching that because it gets very expensive. Um it's cheaper if I do go grocery shopping than going out to eat every day, which was I was doing for a very long time. But yeah, just reshifting things, looking at my budget on a monthly basis is something that I've been doing and implementing. It's the first week, so I have to go over last month's budget this week. So I have made those changes just to see kind of like what I'm spending. What are the subscriptions that I had that I'd completely forgot about, and like just revisiting that all the time, just making sure that I'm spending what I'm actually using.
that's awesome. And the thing is, with these services that they offer, you don't, sometimes people are like, I don't want someone else to tell me what to do, right? You can download a lot of their templates and then do it yourself, right? So, but the key is, I think, in one way, it's an accountability partner, right? Where, like, you and I, we meet every week to kind of discuss like what their plan is, what we're doing. It's the same thing with your finances. Like, if you're not, you need someone, I would say, at least, to be accountable, to be like, hey, did you do these steps? Did you budget? Did you review your budget when you said you were going to review it? Not holding it off. That's why I'm such a big fan of using a calendar and having all of that information in your in your services. All right, so let's talk about veteran saves. That's another one that kind of lets you take a control of, like, hey, do I need to do set up emergency funds? You need debt repayment, transition funds, general education. So let me click on that, and then obviously it's going to have, like, what are your savings goals? Because when you have the VA home loan, great big benefit, but you still need to pay for closing costs, right? So you still need to save some money. And a common question I get is, well, I'm a disabled veteran. I don't need to pay closing costs. Correction. You don't pay the VA funding fee if you have a 10% or greater disability rating, but you still have to pay for closing costs. And you can account really for, on average, about 3% of the purchase price for closing costs. So again, this just kind of gives you different ideas as well as far as tax plans, because you can do like a 529 plan that's it's like a saving for your kids' college. I'm hoping that my kids go to the military so they can utilize the GI Bill. That's the current plan. But I still have to like set up one of these. I got little kids, super small, mini size, mini me's running around. But you can set up different education bonds for them. So you really need to grasp and understand all of those different options that exist, because it provides financial freedom for you. They got a couple videos in here. You can find different banks that exist. Another piece that I want to share with you guys, and I'll drop a link in this as well. This is like a separate PDF that they have, because not only is there just general financial education and services you can utilize that are free, they also talk about mortgage delinquency assistance. Lourdes, there's still people right now that are veterans that are facing foreclosure, and foreclosure rates, even though not really talked about in the news, have been increasing, right? For numerous pieces to that. And back a couple years ago, veterans took advantage of a great program to help them skip some mortgage payments or put them in arrears. Total debacle between lenders and the VA. And now those veterans didn't pay the money back and are facing foreclosure. I know we've talked with people that have been facing that. So they offer resources to at least reach out to the VA, and their phone number is in here as well. And other service that we've also seen people utilize is fiduciary services, where someone is helping you manage your money. You can still buy a home with this. We've helped a lot of people that have fiduciary response, someone that will help them with that service. And then also they have services for homeless veterans, which surprisingly, Lourdes, working with some of the VA hospitals by me, we've met a lot of veterans that actually can be homeowners. They just did not realize it.
Yeah.
Uh, it's like getting over a mental hurdle of maybe being homeless, not having a home, but not realizing like I have decent credit, or decent to good credit. I received my VA disability income. I may not pay property taxes. Oh my gosh, I can actually be a homeowner.
Yeah.
And there's other services out there that can help you with different things within home ownership. I know there's like Habitat for Humanity that's out there. I know, Lourdes, you've worked with them in the past, right? You actually built some houses.
Not yet. In the process of, but yeah, that is something, and just teaching individuals what they can and can't do, getting them prepared for that situation. I have strategy calls all the time with some clients. Like, this is what I'm planning to do. How can I achieve this goal? I share my personal story. I got an investment property, it took me 3 years to get, but a lot had to do with the budgeting, the right team. What am I supposed to do? Getting myself in that position. And coming from being a military spouse to actually working, to doing what I need to do to get into position to actually invest and stuff like that. So the very last one that we looked at, I was kind of going through that. I mean, even it gives you tips on investments, 401ks, like all everything. So whatever stage you're at, it does have some resources, so you can start doing some homework. I am self-employed, so I haven't invested anything other than real estate, and I'm like, this is a big, big, big issue for me. So now we're doing things with our company, we're doing things as individuals as far as investments, and I think that that's very important for you to get in alignment and know that have a resource that you can go to get this information.
Definitely. And it's all about planning. No matter how financially savvy you think you are, if you're
Yeah,
not tracking this on a whatever daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, half year, yearly basis, right? You're not being financially responsible. That's
yeah,
bottom line, because you cannot maybe some people, I mean, I don't know, Loris, maybe some people keep everything in their mind, but normally you're spending money every day. Either you're traveling, you're doing things, you're going out, tracking all that's super important. So,
Mhm.
again, please, guys, please hit the like and subscribe button. Stick around for our next video, and I'll catch you guys